I can't stand analytics, and people that follow my page know that. And I have several reasons for not liking analytics. Now, it's a good tool. It's a good tool to have, but when it comes to judging players, evaluating players, there's so many factors that go into a game. There's so many factors that don't show up on the stat sheet that you can't judge that go into what makes a good player, what makes a great player, what makes a bad player. So today, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show the impact of a Jaylen Brown, since he's been the main topic of this discussion, and how he has an impact on the game that you don't see analytically, and how it affects the rest of the team. The numbers aren't going to show you the things I'm about to show you. I'm not going to keep you here long. I'm going to show you a few plays. But just in these few plays, it shows how it affects the other team and the rest of the game. First, let me start by saying, when they win a championship, having a Tatum and a Brown is something most teams don't have. Most teams don't have guys that are this good, two guys that are this good. This is crunch time in the Eastern Conference Finals. They're not giving the ball to Tatum. It's like, oh, Jaylen Brown, go make a play. Go make something happen. So he just scored, and now he got a key kick out to Derek White for a three. Huge three. Fast forward to this year, and let's look at some of the things that he does. Him being able to drive to the basket and score and finish brings extra attention. So you see how much attention he gets when he drives as opposed to like a Shireman when he drives, because Jaylen Brown is likely going to finish if he does one-on-one. He makes this pass, okay? Now watch what happens when he gets this ball back. He gets a switch. And not every player on this team can take advantage of this mismatch, okay? He can just rise over the top and hit this shot. Now analytically, this is a terrible shot, but he can make that shot. Now, because he's so good at driving to the lane and he was able to make that pass, watch how much attention is on the shooters now. Guys are more hugged up on their man, which allows Jaylen Brown to now get to the basket and finish. These are things that aren't shown in analytics. Okay? This play, all right? Look who's out there. Walsh, Derek White, Pritchard, Shireman. People are expecting him to win a championship. Oh, he's not a 1A because he didn't win with this team. Like, you got to be kidding me. Okay? Now, look at here. He switched on Jalen Duren. How many guards are able to get downhill and finish with an and one on Jalen Duren in the league who's strong enough to do that? Okay? That's something analytics doesn't show you. So now look what happens. Because he's the main guy, because they know he can score pretty much whenever he feels like it, watch the attention he brings on this possession. Watch Tobias Harris hugged up on him. He doesn't even want him touching the ball. Okay? Now watch Cade. Tobias is on him. Cade is worried about that flare screen, but he's also worried about Jaylen Brown. So he wants Tobias to switch so he can get to Jaylen Brown, which leaves Derek White to go one-on-one. Just the effect of Jaylen Brown, his presence. There's no stat for presence on the court. Now, I can go on and on and on about context of the game, things that happen in the game, cause and effect that aren't shown in analytics, which is why it's important to understand that analytics is more of a tool than end-all be-all. Basketball, you're not going to pick winning basketball players if you're basing everything off of analytics. Baseball is a different sport. And even like when people's like, yo, look at the Dodgers. Like Ohtani, you need analytics to know Ohtani's a great player. Mookie Betts, you need analytics to know that. They're getting talent. It ain't just like, yo, we're picking guys with numbers, picking names out of a hat with numbers. They're not doing that. They're seeing how great these guys are. And the same with basketball. When Leon Rose picked this team for the Knicks, and you guys can go watch it on the Roommates podcast when Jalen Brunson and Hart interviewed him, he never said, I'm picking players off analytics. He said, I'm picking winners. I was looking for winners. And everybody on that team has a background in winning. Everything else will fall into place. So when you're trying to judge players and evaluate players, if you come at me with a bunch of numbers, it lets me know that you don't know what you're looking at. You don't know what you're talking about. But tell me what y'all think. How important do you think analytics are to basketball?